Alright, Shalom. This is the brother Mayum coming at you from GMS Tampa Bay. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and citations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and its truth and sincerity. Shalom as well to the Akwathium, the sisters who might be learning quietness and meekness. So here you got it. All right, this is this RFID microchip. Okay, the mark of the beast. All right, here it is, man. They got it set. They're setting things up. All right, to bring this thing out, man. You know, and we've been starting from Apostle Tahar on down. You know, we've been telling you that the RFID microchip is the mark of the beast, and that this was something that you were gonna need, that they were gonna push out on the people. And we've been telling you guys, all right, you people out there, man, that they were gonna have something happen so that they could have a reason to implement this RFID microchip. And from what we have been seeing the last couple weeks, month or two, this coronavirus seems to be the chaos that they needed, or that they need to bring about this order, to bring about this RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. Okay, and you know, we don't know per se whether this is going to be it. Maybe there'll be another incident, but definitely here it is, as we're going to read. And I got also pulled up the House bill, which they have written up, which we're going to read a couple things out of this this law that they're trying to bring about. Okay, or this bill. Okay, we're gonna read a little bit into it, and yeah, man, you know, hey, man, this is the year of prophecy, man. You know, and as you're gonna see, hey, this chip might be here by the end of the year, man. Okay, as the language of this bill reads, you know, it states that no later than January 1st of 2021. But hey, man, let's read a little bit of this. All right, as you see, this is Forbes.com. An article, title of the article is New Coronavirus Stimulus Bill and Congress Creates U.S. Digital Dollar. All right, and they've been talking about this stimulus bill. All right, more famously, the money that they're going to be sending out to people. But as you're going to see, as a form of this, if you want to be able to receive this the help, the whatever, I think it was $2,000 they said, for you to be able to receive it, you're gonna have to set up this you're gonna have to set up what they call a digital dollar wallet. Okay, and we're gonna read into it, and you can see how this is alluding to the chip, man. Okay, let's just read a little bit into this. I mean, this article pretty much tackles the bill, pretty good summary of it, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and read some of this. All right, so this was printed March 23rd, right? Today is March 24th. Okay, so this was printed yesterday at 8:32 p.m. So, you know, basically today. But it says, as the markets continue to drop, and the U.S. looks to Congress for agreement on a massive stimulus package to save the economy from impacts of the coronavirus pandemic, the newest offer by House Democrats include a very forward-looking kind of stimulus: the creation of a digital dollar and the establishment of digital dollar wallets. Okay, so hey, man, and we've been telling you this about these cryptocurrencies, man. How this leading, they've been put out those bitcoins and all this other cryptocurrencies, all right, as tests to see how people would accept it. And hey, man, the people have accepted it very well, man. And as of right now, you know, you're at the point to where you can just pass your phone over a machine, a credit card reader, and it'll read your bank information and all that. Okay, so let's continue going. It says, and what will send shockwaves through the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry, particularly for those following central bank digital currencies around the world. This signals the U.S. is serious in establishing infrastructure for a central bank digital currency. Okay, RFID microchip, man. What does the scripture say? Let's get it real quick. All right, because you had this straight jackass, and I'm gonna call him what he is, man, a jackass, Nathaniel. What's it called? What's his name? Bishop Nathaniel of the IUIC. Okay, saying, and it was a couple years ago, 2016, talking about ain't no microchip. You know, talking about what do you have to? How can you buy with the RFID microchip? Well, here it is now. Now the prophecies are speaking, man. You know, and in that same video, you know, they brought out the precept where it says that if a thing, I believe it was in Deuteronomy, if a prophet speaks a thing and it doesn't come to pass, that man is not a prophet of the Lord. Okay, but now what? Now those things that we've been telling you, okay, is coming to pass. So now what, man? You know, you don't hear IUIC speaking up now. You know, they're as quiet as a church mouse, man. Okay? But what? The scriptures say, this is why you have, you know, in this thing, in this truth, you have to have patience, man, because the scriptures clearly tell you, though it tarry, wait for it, for it shall surely come, man. Okay, but let's get this prophecy here on the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. And as you're going to see, it's clearly you can see how what Esau is doing right now with this coronavirus and this House Bill HR 3621, how he's leading to this RFID microchip, man. Okay, so let's just get right to the point. Revelation 13, and it says, verse 16, he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor. And as you're going to read, as we read that House Bill, you're going to see that it covers people from 18 and over and people from 18 and under, man. So all small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. So whatever age, you know, I'm sure there's a minimum mandatory, you know, but you know, as far as who can receive it and who can't, man, it says right here, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. So this is going to be made available for everybody, man. And as we can see through this whole corona crisis, okay, so-called corona crisis, okay, they're making it out to seem like everyone is going to be affected by this, and it's true, man, because what, businesses are closing down, okay, because they're scared of passing the coronavirus. Okay, stores are closing down. So here it is, they're going to come with this whole bill and say, you know, we're going to send you, I think the article said, or the bill says, every first day of the month, you get the money inputted into this digital wallet. Okay, so you know, this is going to be a thing where people, if you want to get this money, you're going to have this digital wallet, man. What's this digital wallet? It's a place that's going to store your money at, right? Digitally. You're not going to have no leatherback wallet, man. It's going to be ultimately this RFID microchip. Now, they might bring out certain things at first, like maybe some type of federal card, okay, but more than likely, man, it's not going to be nothing physical. Okay, it's going to be something digital, whether it be an account on your phone. But ultimately, what they're going to do is bring about this RFID microchip if they don't bring it out first, man. Okay, but it says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Okay, and this is where they're going to implement this chip. This RFID microchip is going to be into the right hand or wherever you get it, man. Okay, but it says when you go into that word mark, it's charagma, and it means a cut, an incision, okay, or a badge of servitude. Because ultimately, when you get this chip, what you're saying to the Heavenly Father is that you are a servant of Esau. You would rather have faith in him and listen to him, that he's going to put that money into your account every month. Because ultimately, what it's going to lead to is not just this stimulus bill. It's going to lead to everything, man. You want to continue to have your job. You want to continue to get paid at your job, well, you got to have it to where it's set up on this digital wallet, man, where it's going to be an RFID microchip, man. Okay, so let's keep reading, man, because it says in verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, man. You see? So this is what Esau Edom is doing, man. Okay, he's creating this digital dollar and this digital dollar wallet. This is clearly leading to the RFID microchip, man, the mark of the beast. Okay, this is continuing on in the article. It says both Speaker Pelosi's Take Responsibility for Workers and Families Act and the Financial Protections and Assistance for Americans for America's Consumers, States, Businesses, and Vulnerable Population Act, H.R. 6321, which is the bill that we're reading into. It says, introduced by Chairwoman Maxine Waters of Financial Services Committee, introduced these concepts today as a way of delivering the economic stimulus payments to U.S. citizens. Okay? And continuing on reading, this ugly-ass demon, look at her, man. I don't know, hey, man, geez Louise, man, this is just, God, I don't know why, man. I'm irritated every time I look at her face, man. This is the look of a straight up devil, man. A devil right here, man. This is an Esau Edom. Okay? But it says the bill establishes a digital dollar, which it defines as a balance expressed as a dollar value consisting of digital ledger entities or entries that are recorded as liabilities in the account of any Federal Reserve Bank. And who's the one that creates the banks? The Federal Reserves. Is the Federal Reserve a part of the U.S. government? No. Is the Federal Reserve an entity of the elite of Esau, the so-called Rothschilds? Okay, or not so-called, but the Rothschilds. Okay, yes, they're the ones who run those the federal banks, man. Okay, the central banks. Okay, but it said what? It says entries that are recorded as liabilities in the account. So you see, it's not real money. It's just a liability that the federal bank is like an accounts payable. Okay, these people, the federal banks, basically they're saying I owe you this amount of money, but you'll never have the value of that money. It's just a IOU, basically. Okay, which is just a digital thing. They can take away the money and they could add money to it. Okay, see, they're trying. This is why they're pushing this narrative of that money is spreading the U.S. dollar, or is spreading the coronavirus, man, because they're trying to put the fear in the money. So then when they actually implement this thing and they say to do away with money completely, people are going to be on board with it, man, because they're going to see how the spread of they're going to be in fear of money spreading any other types of diseases, man. Or if this corona thing continues to blow up, the spread of coronavirus, man. But continuing on, it says, an electronic unit of value redeemable by an eligible financial institution as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. It says, additionally, a digital dollar wallet is identified as a digital wallet or account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any persons that represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical entity. Now it said, let's read that again, that last part. It said that represents holdings in an electronic device. What's the RFID? Is that not an electronic device? That's clearly an electronic device. And it says that is used to store digital dollars, and that's exactly what the point of this RFID microchip is going to do. And not only that, but to store your identity. Okay, because just like you have a credit card, it has your name on it. When people swipe it at the stores, they know whose account number. They know your account number. Banks through your account number. If you go to a bank and let's just say you forgot you forgot your debit card and you wanted to withdraw some money, what they'll ask you is, do you have the account number? Well, they'll pull up. You can either have the account number or they'll ask you for your social security number, which is tied to your account. Okay, so this RFID microchip is going to be used in the same way. This digital device is going to use your social security number. It's going to have your address of where you're at. It's going to probably be tied to your eventually to your work, to where you work at, so that they can direct deposit the amount their money into your electronic device, which is the RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. It says to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical entity. What's the physical entity? You. Okay? You, man. That is the physical entity. You see, but you bozos out there want to keep saying that the RFID microchip is not the mark of the beast, that it's an embargo, that is sin, that is the white woman. Come on, man. You guys are a bunch of bug outs, man. And the Most High ain't dealing with you. Okay? And it says a mandate also requires all member banks establish a pass-through digital dollar wallet to all customers eligible for the stimulus. See? A pass-through digital dollar wallet. And we're going to get the definitions of these words, which they have them in the language of the bill. But let's go ahead and actually jump to that, all right? Because pretty much repetitive there for the most part. All right, but it says here, you know, this is the bill 6321. It says to provide financial protections, and I'm right here in this section. It says to provide financial protections and assistance for America's consumers, which is you, states, businesses, and vulnerable populations during the COVID-19 emergency and to recover from the emergency. So you see, they're going to use this as that. You see how they throw that in there at the end. It said, and to recover from the emergency. So let's just say, even if they do get a so-called fight this coronavirus and get rid of it, right? You're still going to have this RFID microchip, this digital currency, this digital wallet still being pushed because we're still in recovery stage. You see? See, Esau thinks he's slick, man, but the men of the Lord are not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. Because the Heavenly Father has given us the understanding of the scriptures. He's revealed the secrets unto us, man. And he's made us privy unto these things that Esau Edom is doing. Okay? So, let's read down a little bit. Lord's will, I remember to put this in the comment, in the description box so brothers can look it up. But as you can see here, it has the table of contents. If you want to read through certain those, the one that we're going to primarily hit, and which that was the only one that I did go into, but you know, this is going to be an interesting read. I know it's 269 pages, but most likely I'm not going to read all that. But you see, and this is how Esau gets away with a lot of things that he does, man. Is when he brings out these laws or these bills that he's getting ready to make into law, he makes them hundreds and hundreds of pages, sometimes thousands of pages, so that the common regular folk, all right, especially you Jakes, you regular Jakes out here, man, you see this and you be like, man, fuck this, I'm not reading this in its entirety, man. You know, see? And so you don't even get into it. So then when they come at you with this RFID microchip, you're wondering why the Most High got a missile for you. You know, because your dumbass was not studious. You didn't study to show thyself approved, not only in the word, but in the things that are happening around the four corners of the earth, which are leading up to certain prophecies coming to pass. And you see, things like this is you're gonna the only people you're gonna find reading this amongst Jake is the men of the Lord, because we're studying the things that Esau is passing out, because it's leading to certain prophecies. You know, this one pertaining to the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip. All right, but let's get through this. All right, it says protecting consumers, renters, homeowners, and people experiencing homelessness. Okay, it says section 101, which is the section we're diving into. It says direct stimulus payments for families. It says definitions. So let's go over some of these definitions just so we get a better understanding of what Esau means by certain words. Okay, so the first word there you see is digital dollar. It says the term digital dollar shall mean a balance expressed as a dollar value consisting of a digital ledger entries that are recorded as liabilities in the account of any Federal Reserve Bank, or B, an electronic unit of value redeemable by an eligible financial institution as determined by the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Okay, so word 2, digital dollar wallet. The term digital dollar wallet shall mean a digital wallet or account. Okay, an account maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person, right? And right now, when you think about your debit account, your credit account, your savings account, okay, the bank maintains your account. This is why some accounts or some banks, they have maintenance fees, right? At the end of the month, you'll see like a $12 maintenance fee, because they're helping you maintain your account. Okay, you don't have to do anything but just deposit your money. They do the work for you. All you got to do is give them the money, say you want to put it into this or that account, and that's it, man. Okay, so now what they're doing is they're going to shift it over to the Federal Reserve Bank. Okay, this is what the RFID microchip is going to be consisted of, because the elites are going to be the ones in control of this. Okay, the higher ups of this world of society. Okay, not your Bank of America. You're not going to have anybody from Bank of America. You're going to go up into Bank of America and get money out from wherever. You know, it's not going to be like that. It's going to be tied to a Federal Reserve Bank. Now, you might have some type of entity, as you're going to see. It actually lists, it says credit unions or something like that. So, you know, they might change certain banks up to run off of this system so that people can either turn in money or go, you know, open new accounts for maybe their kids or something like that. Okay, but nonetheless, it's going to be run by a Federal Reserve system. It says maintained by a Federal Reserve Bank on behalf of any person, meaning you, that represents holdings in an electronic device or service that is used to store digital dollars that may be tied to a digital or physical entity. That physical entity is you, man. It says that represents holdings in an electronic device. You represent the holdings, the money that's in your system, in that chip, because this chip is within you, man. Okay. This is what China was doing with this whole social status system. Okay, the system, whatever, I forget exactly how it's worded, but that social class system that they had, that they would rank people by social status. Okay, this is what they were alluding to, because you represented a certain status via the system that they had and you know, set, which now the way, the thing that they're going to here in Babylon is the RFID microchip in your status through that, what you represent, how much money you got, you know, probably, who knows, you know, the other things, you know, you might not be able to go into certain places, which, you know, they show that throughout the years. They had that one company, 3 Square, I believe, where if you didn't have that chip in you could, you know, which 3 Squares was a company that made it mandatory for their customer. I'm not sure if it was mandatory or they just, whoever wanted to get it, but I'm pretty sure it was mandatory. But through this chip, the people who had access to certain places in the building, some people didn't have access to certain places, but that chip represented the certain permissions that you could and could not do, according to the information on your chip. Okay, which is going to be the same thing with this digital dollar, that digital dollar wallet that they're bringing about. Okay, so continuing on, verse 3 says member bank. The term member bank means a member bank of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. Okay, now 4, the pass-through digital dollar wallet. The term pass-through digital dollar wallet means a digital wallet or account maintained by a member bank, okay, on behalf of a qualified individual, where such qualified individual is entitled to a pro rata share of a pooled reserve balance that member banks maintain at any Federal Reserve Bank. Bam, there you go, your chip, man. Qualified individual. How you going to be qualified? You're going to have to get this RFID microchip, man. This is what it's going to lead to ultimately. Like I said, they might not first come out like that, but I guarantee you very quickly they're going to shift over to this RFID microchip, man. Very quickly. Okay? If they don't start off with just with the whole shebang and bring out the RFID microchip, man. Because we already have different versions of digital currency that they've used. All right, such as Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, Cash App, you know, other apps like that you can transfer money, you know. So there you go, man. The pass-through digital dollar wallet, man. It says, now let's get this qualified individual. Let's see what this means. Section 5, it says qualified individual defined. The term qualified individual means any individual other than any non-resident alien individual. So U.S. citizens, man. U.S. citizens or residents that have their visas and green cards or whatever. You see? You see, you Americans are going to be duped, man. It's again this RFID microchip, and then that's going to bring about nothing but your death, pursuing to Revelation 14 verse 9, man. Okay, Revelation 20 as well, I believe, or select Revelation 19. Okay, now let's get this subsection B. It says emergency stimulus check implementation. It says payments. The Secretary of Treasury, acting through the Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service, shall make monthly emergency payments to qualified individuals beginning on the first day of the first month, beginning after the date of the enactment of this act and ending on the latter of. So, you know, there's still, of course, this is still a bill. It has to still go past through Congress, through the Senate, you know, and then it makes its way up to DJ Trump. Okay. So you see, there's going to be something where they deposit in your money, which is what Donald Trump has been speaking of, and you Jakes have been all for it. Hell, all you've been talking about how yeah, I'm going to get free money, and like the men of the Lord, we've been telling you, yeah, we're going to get that money if there's no strings attached. Which obviously, as we're reading here, there's going to be strings attached. You got to be a qualified individual. So to receive this money, hey man, you're going to have to get this chip. You want to get this $2,000 a month, you got to get this chip. Okay. So let's skip on down a little bit here. It says in section 2 here, it says amount of payments. It says in general, with respect to a qualified individual. There you go again, that word qualified. See, and they're going to keep pushing that word qualified because it's going to have to be a certain people that can only get this money deposited to their this digital account, which is going to be the people who get this RFID microchip, man. This is clear and simple to the wise, man. Okay. It says, with respect to qualified individual, the amount of each monthly payment under paragraph 1 shall be as follows. For qualified individual age 18 or older, $2,000. Hey, man, that's more than some Jake makes in a month, man. You don't think Jake is going to want to get this RFID microchip? Shit, they're gonna be first in line for this shit, man. Especially the you know, I gotta pick and choose my words carefully here, because you know you got brothers and apostles channels getting shut down for saying, you know, for speaking up on the woman. All right, but the Israelite woman, all right, let's just say it like that. The Israelite woman, the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American women, all right, the majority of them are going to be the first ones in line. All these women that depend on child support to be living. Hey, they're going to be the first ones, because Esau Edom is going to be like, hey, well, you know, this is all a part of the government. We're going to switch. You're no longer going to receive no food stamp card, or that money's not going to be deposited to your bank account. Now it's going to be deposited to this digital wallet. So you got to get this RFID microchip if you want to continue to receive these child support payments and alimony payments. Okay, you see? So it says for qualified individual under age 18, $1,000, which shit, all you young Jakes, you know, it doesn't have a minimum age, but it just says 18 and younger. All you young Jakes out there, you bugged out demons, all right, that are just straight bugged out, that you want easy $1,000 a month, you're gonna go get that shit, man. You know, you already seen a couple artists getting this RFID chip. Now you're gonna start seeing all these new artists. You know, all these celebrities that had the coronavirus and now saying, look, I got the chip. You know, I'm receiving my money from the government. You know, I'm getting help. You know, this corona, you know, we're beating the coronavirus one chip at a time. You know, stupid shit like that is what's gonna get you younger cats to get this chip, man. Shit, $1,000 for a Jake when he's 16 years old. Shit, Jake is gonna be doing backflips to get that. Okay, it says income limitation. It says the amount of a payment under subparagraph A shall be reduced, but not below zero, by 5% of so much of the individual's adjusted gross income as exceeds $75,000. You see? So, hey man, the majority of Jake out here, man, isn't making more than $75,000 a year, man. So Jake is getting all that money, man. Okay? It says method of delivery. Let's just skip down to this. Section 3, Section 3, subsection A in general. The Secretary of the Treasury, acting through the Commissioner of the Internal Revenue Service, shall make the payments required under paragraph 1, subsection 1, first by direct deposit, including to a pass-through digital dollar wallet, man. That's that RFID microchip. You see? A direct deposit to that chip, man. if the commissioner has sufficient information to make direct deposit payments to the applicable individual. So you see, you got to have this chip set up. Esau's got to bring out this chip. You got to set it up. You got to put your information in there, your social security number, where you live, all this and that, man. And you idiots are gonna go get this thing, man. Okay? It says subsection 2, otherwise by check. You see? So hey, and you see how that's a very short section, because at first they're gonna be like, well, you know, you gotta promise you're gonna get this chip, but you know, there might be delay for whatever reason, and we'll send you this check, but for the first 30 days, for the first month, we'll send you a check, but after that you got to have this RFID chip, or we're going to just cut you off. Okay? So hey man, you know, that's pretty much it. You know, I mean, you can keep going into this, you know, it's interesting. All right, you know, you got this section 8 here, pass through digital dollar wallets. Actually, there's one section I wanted to read, Salakia. Let me find it again. All right, let me get to it. Just going into some information here. Okay, here it is. So here on page 12, it says maintaining, this is section E, mandate for Federal Reserve banks to maintain digital dollar wallets. So this is the mandate. This is going into the mandate for them to maintain it. Now, when you go down to section 2 here, subsection A, it says, in general, not later than January 1st, 2021. So no later, you can't pass this date. It says all Federal Reserve banks shall make digital dollar wallets available to all citizens, man, and legal permanent residents of the United States, and business entities for which the principal place of business is located in the United States. Boom. The chip is going to be made mandatory to everybody. It's going to be made mandatory for your job, so your job's going to have to get it. They're going to have to force you to get it, because if you want to get paid, you got to get this chip. You want to continue to receive assistance, you want to keep receiving these benefits that we allow you to have, you got to get this chip, man. And it says there, no later than January 1st, man, of next year. No later, man. So, hey, man, this might be the year, man. Lord's will, this is going to be the year where this RFID microchip is implemented, and boom, we're going to be out of here real shortly after that, man. Okay? So, hey, with that, I want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the elders, apostles of the Great Millstone, who have been pushing this truth diligently and in sincerity. Okay? And shalom to the Akim that are learning, that are pushing out this truth as well throughout the four corners of the earth, man. Shalom to the Akwatim who are learning in quietness and meekness. Hey, man, we almost out of here, man. We almost out of here, so continue to endure. Shalom.